Greetings, friends. Today we got some more alien footage. These things are not hiding anymore. This first one is actually from the Miami aliens. This is the clearest footage I've seen. Now, mind you, the people that saw this actually said that a lot of times it was a big 8 to 10 foot shadow being where they could see through it. This one looks to be more materialized, but still you can't really see the facial features. Obviously, you remember the pandemonium from that. There's a few more here I want you guys to check out, some new ones that I have not seen. Some of these, yes, like this one is from early 2024, but others are more recent. Now, again, every time I show you these things, I'm always asking for you in the comments. Have you been contacted or abducted by aliens? If so, have you seen these exact aliens? And thank you guys for the comments. You guys have told me so many of your stories. I do my best to write back to all of them, but I assure you, I do read every single comment and I respond to as many as I could. And I love to hear your stories, whether it be from the fleets that you guys have been seeing them for decades, to different experiences, whether they were contacts or shadow beings in your room or being attacked. And by the way, a lot of you watching are not subscribed. So please take a moment and subscribe before you leave this video and leave a thumbs up. And again, your comments are super important to me. Now, I will cover this fleet again. Because it's ongoing. It's just getting crazier and crazier. But I wanted to talk about these aliens today because some of the more recent ones are more proof that uh, they want themselves to be known. And I am never quite understanding why they like to watch people, whether it be behind a tree or from a window or behind a car or from a wall. Again, that's another of the aliens during the Miami landing in January 2024. One of the largest cases ever. And it's funny how they try to sweep it under the rug. I actually spoke to the public safety officer, and her quote was that it was just a fight with a teenager shooting. Okay, I believe that is that. Now, I did show you this one before, but I want you to see it again because this is not people in costumes, and I'll explain to you why. Look at the long neck, and then most importantly, look at the long arms. Now, this took place in Mexico, and again, Latin America is far more or open, has been open for decades, if not centuries. They believe it. They don't have a problem seeing these beings or interacting with them. They let them do their own thing. No one comes and attacks them. And they seem to be, not have to fear getting shot down. Okay. What do you think of this one? Let's see if they back it up. And again, now, because I get these from my dear friend Jaime Masan, I've been working with this guy for 13 years. Um, when he puts something up, he is really good at vetting things. Mind you, out of 45 years of being involved in this, sure, a couple times he's been wrong, but for the most part, he's really good. And each time he's gotten something wrong because someone lied or whatever happened, he's learned from it. So these, I assure you, are real. Again, they're seeing a giant being that is not the size of a human. Obviously, that far. I mean, what is it, 10 feet tall? Okay, there's a couple more I want you to see here because, see, after Jaime Masan, I actually have a couple more. The problem is they're kind of scattered in the video, and I'm only focusing on the important ones that I haven't shown you, or it's pointless to show you junk. Also, again, a lot of you ask about my interviews. Remember, they're not under the video section. Almost all of the 500 plus interviews with high profile guests are under the live section. Check them out. Everybody has been on there, from Giorgio Tsoukalos, Eric Von Doniken, Richard Dolan, Dr. Greer, Lou Elizondo, Linda Moulton Howe, Art Bell, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Graham Hancock, Michio Kaku, so many more. So check them out. I'm trying to figure out how to move where they are, but unfortunately, they're under the live section. So check them out. Okay. This one is new to me, and that is another reason I chose this video. Let's see. Okay, this is a great one. Get ready for this one. Look at this. I believe it's a still. That is a tall sucker. You know, it's funny when they always talked about little green men. This skin looks green to me. Now, I also hear they have the capability of, you know, camouflaging, but this just could be a whole different species. Remember, Clifford Stone, whom I've interviewed under the live section, said that in the 60s, when he was in the crash and retrieval program, there were over 60, I believe 63 different species. And that was in the 60s when when he left in the 80s. In the early 2010s, the number was revised to over 240 different species have visited Earth. That is an insane number. So that's why I think so many look differently. Like that tall sucker you just saw with the extremely thin neck. What is he? It didn't look like a tall white to me. And by the way, anybody out there who's ever interacted with the tall whites while you were in the military at Nellis Air Force Range, please reach out to me. The only person I've known who's ever talked about it is Charles Hall. What are these aliens doing there? Okay, I believe we are at the end. Just a little bit more of that one, and then I will stop it because, yeah, that's it. Now, let's get you to the more difficult ones because they're kind of scattered in a bunch of unnecessary stuff. Okay, so you got this one. Again, have you guys ever seen something like that? Let's grab the other one for you. And again, I'm always looking for you, dear friends, who have seen these things. Okay, this is really interesting because this is a UFO, and as it takes off, it leaves ET behind. But look, ET must have phoned home because boom, he immediately booms back up, zooms back up in a light. So I thought this is fascinating. Obviously, there are similar ones to this. That's why I don't think this is possibly a hoax. I mean, everything where very well could be, but that one in Germany that I played for you not long ago, that's about 10 years old, that has been proven to be true. So it doesn't look nearly as exotic as this one. Actually, they look very similar. So I don't think this one is also not true. Okay, that was the great one of that. Let me get you to that was when they went to the monolith and see that weird thing. I don't know what to say about that. See, when I mentioned there's a lot of BS here. Okay, here, let me just show you. This is what I told you, the Germany. Okay, so let me back it up for a quick second. And what you see is you see one alien, but if you look closely, look, that's the alien on the left. That's the other one right under the craft. The first alien seems to like vanish by falling to the ground, and then the one under the craft does the same thing, and then the craft just zooms up. This was taken 10 years ago by a gentleman in Germany from quite some distance, and after it takes off, you can see he actually gets frightened. I have played this for you before, but I'm playing it for you fine folks who have not seen this one. But the point is that's why I just showed you the one before, because they're very similar. And these are not the only ones. I just posted something a few days ago, which also showed you the same incident, except happening in India. Again, they are not hiding this. Now, here's an interesting story I'm going to tell you. In 1989, I was in fourth grade. And what happened is we were doing an art project, and they laid out paper, newspaper on my desk. That apparently that's from Area 51. I don't think that's J Rod, but I think J Rod is in the other one, 16 Real Aliens. But the article of the LA Times in front of me was about the 1989 landing in a park in Russia. And one guy took a camera out and tried to photograph the aliens. Three aliens came out of the craft, and they pointed a glass tube at him and basically vaporized him to be invisible. And he only reappeared when the craft left. That's how strict they were with photography back then. These things can shut you down, all your electronics and all your camera equipment. But they are not doing that anymore. By the way, this is not an alien. This is in Rachel, Nevada, the town closest to Area 51. What do you guys think of this fine gray right here? I think this is actually real footage, but I do not think that is from Area 51. Okay, so this I've seen similar ones. I know a very amazing contactee from about 10 years ago, still contacted to this day, and he lives in Australia. He actually sent footage to Third Phase of Moon like 12, 13 years ago, multiple times, of seeing these aliens in his backyard. Actually, I'm curious if this is him, just newer footage, because I could tell from the backyard the way he films. Yeah, I think this is the guy from Australia. Wow. Wow, what a small world. This isn't old footage. This isn't something I had seen. I just seen similar stuff. Clearly, he's gotten more clear camera equipment. But yeah, this is a contactee since he could remember as a little child, and still visiting him. Okay, let's see where the ones I wanted you to see that are the most important. Not that one, not that one. That's not that relevant. There's just a couple more. Nope, not that one. Okay, what is this? Is that an alien or is that the Bigfoot? No, we don't. If you want to see Bigfoot, I'll do an entire episode on Bigfoot sometime. This one right here. Remember I told you they watch you through the trees? Watch this. Look at that. So obviously you see the glint in one eye. That's the reflection of the camera light. See it? Apparently, the guy said it never moved, even though he thought it would get scared as he approached it with the camera and the light on the camera. The damn gray never moved. Why are they hiding behind trees, walls, cars, doors, windows, and watching us? Why? I am very, very curious about that. And I want to ask you, abductees, don't you guys ever ask questions like this to the aliens? If so, what are they telling you? Why do they watch that? Now, there's a crazy story, and Dr. David Jacobs, you have to hear my interview from him before he got really ill. And what happened is he wrote a book called Aliens Amongst Us. For the last 25 years, abductees actually are being given, shown, the hybrids are shown scenarios like a supermarket, and the people being abducted are told by the aliens to show the hybrids what to do, how to operate a stove, how to open a doorknob, what to do in a grocery store, and things like that. So, what does that tell you and me? It tells us that they essentially, that's a dead alien, obviously. It tells us that they're planning to integrate with us. And if that's been happening for the last 25 years, well, folks, have they already integrated with us? If you listen to my Timothy Good interview, you will hear he actually talks about having interacted with some human-looking aliens via telepathy at different places. But we'll save those stories for next time, and more importantly, for you fine folks to either hear the interview or ask for it. Again, I wanted to do aliens only tonight. I'll come back to the fleet. And in the meantime, thank you folks for joining me. Hit the subscribe, like, a comment. I comment about all the questions I've asked you. Skip Starbucks for a day and send me a super thanks. I will start doing memberships here as long as you guys want it. It'll be exclusive content. And I do have Patreon. Only $1 to just support me and do nothing, and I will add more tiers as you guys give me more feedback. In the meantime, you can follow me at Minds at Dr. J Radio Live, DRJ Radio Live. And with that being said, I will catch you on the flip side. Thanks again.